Yet another day for Monica, a young woman in her 30s, living in a posh apartment with her mother. Monica thinks no one likes her. Nobody wants to talk to her. She feels she is not attractive. And gradually, she restricted herself in her own shell. Her smile is lost. She hasn't seen this for so long. Nobody in her workplace, family, in her neighborhood wanted to talk to her. While she was lost in her own world, her mother approached her and said, Monica, bring some grocery while returning and handed over the list. The store was halfway to her office. As she was driving through, she found that she has enough time to buy grocery in morning itself. So, she reached the store, parked her car, and the next moment she was inside the store. Passing through aisle to aisle, a special corner drew her attention. She thought, I have never seen this corner. She comes to this store every fortnightly, and she has never seen this corner. A corner full of hats, large, small, colorful, beautiful hats, with a man-sized mirror on one side. Walking with all these thoughts, the next moment she found herself standing in front of that mirror. She picked one hat and tried on. Doesn't suit me. And then the other one. Doesn't suit at all. She tried 3-4 hats and then saw a brightly colored hat with a magenta satin ribbon around it. She tried that and looked herself in the mirror. She looked pretty. She smiled at her own reflection. A little girl passing by that corner exclaimed, Mama, wow, look how pretty she is. Her mama nodded in agreement. And that moment, Monica decided to buy that hat. She moved to the cash counter and kept the stuff for billing. The girl sitting at the cash counter passed a smile and wished her good morning. Monica was amazed, as this girl has never even looked at her. Forget about the smile. And then, for the first time, the gatekeeper offered her help and put all her stuff in the car. Something is terribly wrong today, Monica said to herself and smiled. So our Monica reached office, parked her car, and the security guard looked at her and wished her, Good morning, madam. Unbelievable, thought Monica. And then she entered her office. Everyone coming her way was smiling at her, greeting her. With every new person passing by, Monica was finding herself filled with immense joy. And then she reached her own cubicle, her own place in the office. As soon as she sat on the chair and was sinking in with this feeling, the office boy came, and that too with a cup of coffee, and wished, Good morning, madam. Now this is too much. She quickly rushed to the restroom to see herself in the mirror, to check if she was the same. But she was called for a meeting in the boardroom. Monica was very happy today. The entire day flew away quickly. And she came out of the office. She has never ever been so happy. soon she reached her apartment, parked her car, and found that the lift man came out to hold her stuff. He too smiled at her. Very soon, Monica was outside her flat and she pressed the doorbell button. As usual, her mother opened the door and Monica, you look different today. Monica said, "It's just because of this hat, Mama." She pointed out to her head. Mama looked and said, "Which hat?" "The one I'm wearing." She touched her head and there was no hat. What does that mean? She recapped the day's events. She put everything in the cash counter, asked the girl for billing, and every stuff including that hat. And there was no hat in the shopping bags too. She quickly checked the bills. Oh, she never bought that hat. What has happened? What was that? Maybe her own feelings. Her own feelings reflected on her face and the body, and also on others' behavior. When we are happy, everyone appears to be happy. Happiness, love, beauty exist inside us, within us. Let's choose to be happy today.